What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. Today is an International Drag Day, so I'd like to wish you guys a happy International Drag Day. Well, a drag queen is a person, usually male, who uses drag clothing and makeup to imitate and often exaggerate female gender signifiers and gender roles for entertainment purposes. In this day, guys, people partake in the activity of doing drag for reasons ranging from self-expression to mainstream performance. So drag shows may include lip syncing, live singing, and even dancing. Interesting, right? Guys, this is a month in a year whereby two special international occasions are celebrated in a row. Well, I missed out on uploading a video, guys, for you on 14th. I'm sorry, but this is just the video. So on 14th we celebrated non-binary gender people's day, so internationally. So like, I didn't get to tell you guys, but then this is it. So I still believe better late than never. So non-binary gender is a term used to describe individuals who may experience a gender identity that is neither exclusively male or female. We can say these are the guys who fall in between or beyond both genders. Well, these individuals also may identify as gender fluid, agender, or third gender, or something else.
Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today.
Well, the non-binary gender people are nothing new. They are known for millennia by cultures and societies around the world. So this term is not new. They existed, they still exist, and they will still exist. So these are the guys who need a lot of love and understanding amongst the rest of us. Another thing is, some non-binary gender people undergo medical procedures to make their bodies more congruent with their gender identities. Well, I can almost say this is something to do with self-esteem. Well, when people talk about you in such a way that you feel uncomfortable, this can prompt to one going for medical procedures to make their bodies more congruent with a certain gender. I believe that we should make each other comfortable in our own ways, in our own skin, in our own dressing, in our own codes. So we should not make other people feel uncomfortable. Another thing is, most transgender people are not non-binary. Well, transgender is a different term, oftenly mistaken for non-binary, but then when you look at non-binary, this is a whole different term, and transgender is a whole different term.
Purchase your tracks today.
Well, another thing is being non-binary is not the same thing as being intersex. So as I've said about the transgender and people not being non-binary, it's also the same as being non-binary is not the same thing as intersex. Well, my next video I will break down the pronouns, the terms used by the queer people, so that you also understand. So see you guys in that video. Well, you don't have to understand what it means for someone to be non-binary to respect them.
Purchase your tracks today.
Well, some people have heard a lot about the non-binary genders and such some people have not heard about the non-binary gender people, and thus have a lot of hard time and trouble understanding them. But that's okay, because they are still humans and thus deserve respect. So I believe that respect is something that should come automatically, and it should not be something that needs to be paid for in order to be given. So respect comes naturally, because we also deserve respect. So we also deserve to give other people out there respect. Another thing is, use the name a person asks you to use. Well, this is the most critical aspect of being respectful, as the name you may have been using may not reflect their gender identity. So if the name you're given doesn't match the gender identity of the person, don't ask, because there's some certain questions that might not sound offensive to you, but they're offensive to the other people. So if somebody tells you like this is their name, just refer to them as that. Simple. Another thing is, try not to make assumptions about people's gender. Well, assumptions are stuff that are not real. These are things that people assume about someone. So I believe it's good to ask rather than assume things. Yeah, this in asking someone some things, you gain a surety about stuff you didn't know. So I believe it's easier when you ask than assume, and it will be like you'll also create an extra friend when you ask about certain things from certain people. So try not to make assumptions about people's gender. That is not good. Another thing is, if you're not sure what pronouns someone uses, ask. Well, as I've said, it's better asking rather than assuming. So in the queer world, there are some pronouns that people prefer being referred to as. So before you assume anything, you better ask someone which pronouns he or she likes to be referred as. Most people out there, you'll find that they prefer to be referred to with the pronouns like his or hers, she or they, them, and etc. So those are just but a few pronouns that people like to be referred to as. Another thing is, advocate for non-binary friendly policies. It's important for non-binary people to be able to live, dress, and have their gender respected at work, school, or in public spaces. Well, as we are advocating for respect, harmony within one another, we also need to advocate for non-binary friendly policies, so that the rest of the world out there will be able to understand that there is existence of non-binary people amongst ourselves, and the respect that needs to be given to these people, and the understanding. So advocate for non-binary friendly policies. This will also help a lot those individuals. Another thing is, understand that For many people, for many non-binary gender people, figuring out what bathroom to use can be challenging. For many non-binary people, using either women's or men's restroom might feel unsafe because others may verbally harass them or even physically attack them. So, in case of these situations, just warm up to somebody who is non-binary and just make them comfortable and stand out for them. I believe that in the world that we're existing in, we are all one. We should all be one. We should stand out and watch out, be our brother's keeper, be our sister's keeper. So it won't hurt if you just stand out and assure someone his or her safety. Well, another thing is talk to non-binary people to learn more about who they really are. I believe in the 7 billion people in the world, everyone has a different story. That means we have 7 billion stories to be told. So before you judge, before you say anything about the non-binary gender people, you ask them about their story. If they are free, they can share with you. If they are not, respect their privacies and make it an effort to live peacefully and harmoniously with the rest of the people out there. Well, so this is the end of today's video. If you enjoy, please give it a huge thumbs up, and please, if it's informative enough, share it with your friends. And I wish you guys a happy International Drag Day and a happy International Non-Binary Gender People's Day.